August gardens look like this, but they also look like this. And this is a garden that was used, you guys watched me plant it for a spring garden. So it's full of kale, cabbage, cauliflower, and most of it is done by now and we've already harvested it, apart from a few that we're just waiting to eat when we're ready to eat them. But that means that there's a lot of open space that is still available even if it is August. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, is the plants that you can be putting in these open spaces, but specifically the 5 seeds that you can be sowing right now for winter storage. If you're new here, my name is Bree from Urban Gardening Canada and I garden in Ottawa Zone 5. And today I want to talk to you about all of the plants that you can be putting in the ground now that like this hot weather, like the cool weather, and they store really well over the winter time. So that way you can actually not have to buy a bunch of groceries. And it's going to be plants that you can be freezing, canning, pickling, or even just storing raw, whatever works best for you. But this is a way to help beat those rising grocery prices and to also have access to organic, locally grown food in your freezer all winter long. All right, so this video was inspired by the fact that I bought a huge bag of frozen organic vegetables at the grocery store recently, and both frozen fruit and frozen vegetables, especially organic, are so expensive now. I saw some of the frozen fruit was like $18 or $20 a bag. The frozen vegetables are $12 to $15. And I bought a frozen vegetable medley. So this has the 3 first seeds that we're gonna talk about today, because I was like, why not make my own frozen medley? And normally I am drowning in a few of these vegetables, wondering what to do with them. And it's like, hello, come on, let's process them and turn them into what you buy at the grocery store. So that's the first 3 we're going to talk about. And the first one we're starting with is bush beans. So I have some bush beans here. These ones are provider beans and they are ready in 51 days. So if you're watching this at the beginning of August, that means that they are going to be done by mid-September and you're going to be able to grab a harvest from them. So I've already sown some in this garden here. So I'm just waiting for these ones to pop up. But if they don't come up in the next couple of days, I am gonna put another round of them in here. You can see my bag is mostly empty and that's because I've already planted these ones in here. Next up on the list is peas. So you can buy so many frozen peas at the grocery store. This is such a common one that comes in the freezer section. So I planted a bunch of peas in my garlic video. So if you watched what to plant after harvesting your garlic, you'll know that I planted peas. So now these ones are just waiting to come up as well. And I am going to make the medley of the peas and beans together. And there's one third component that comes with that, and that is carrots. So I am planting the Scarlet Nantes carrots. And this was originally my carrot bed, but I've been harvesting out of it. So now I have a lot of space to add more. And this is where I come to the group of 3. So it'll be chopped up beans, shelled peas, and then chopped up carrots that I am going to blanch them and then freeze them all together to create that vegetable medley. And these can all actually be canned as well. If you know how to can vegetables, you can do that with all of these ones as well. But I like to have all of my vegetables frozen and I stick them in the same thing as all my other stuff. I put them into pastas, soups, stir fries, my shepherd's pie. It's a really great inside to shepherd's pie where you don't have to do a lot of work because they are already cut up and cooked for you. So it makes cooking dinner so much easier. And again, why would I want to buy it if I can just grow them myself? So the goal is to make sure that you get enough of them planted in here so that way they can be frozen. You don't want to end up with only 2 carrots, 2 peas, or only 2 beans, and then you don't really have much to freeze and you finish it after a single meal. So hopefully this space will be a good addition to all of the other carrots that I have growing here that I still have to harvest. All right, so I am qualifying this as 1 seed, but it is technically 3 different seed options. And this includes spinach, kale, and Swiss chard. And the reason that I'm calling these one single plant is because you're looking to just grow leafy greens, and it really doesn't matter which one of these that you plant. You can choose the one that does the best in your garden or you like the best flavor of. So we love to grow Swiss chard and kale in our garden all summer long. But if you haven't planted it yet or you haven't thought about it, now is the perfect time to be sowing these seeds in the garden because they can handle cool temperatures, and especially kale can handle a good frost, and Swiss chard can actually handle a frost as well. Spinach, you're going to want to wait until probably the end of August to be planting this one because they really don't like the summer heat and they're going to bolt really fast. So choosing one that is, say, for example, this giant winter variety and planting it at the end of August means that it's going to perform better, but it is still something that you can be planting this month. And the reason that you want to be growing these leafy greens is because they store in the freezer incredibly well. So this is a big thing for us is we harvest it during the summertime and then we put it into the freezer pre-washed and pre-cut, and it works so well in smoothies, stir fries, pasta dishes, soups, or even if you are making breakfast and you do scrambled eggs or scrambled tofu in my version of the world and you just throw in leafy greens. What I love about them is that they are so good for your health that by growing them and adding them into your food all winter long is you're getting all of those health benefits all winter in the off season, and they just make such a great addition. It's just an extra vegetable that you're getting into your diet every single day. So again, if you haven't planted them yet, now is a really good time to plant them, and you're going to be able to start harvesting the small greens in about a month's time, and then by mid to late September you'll be able to be harvesting them at this size, and you're just going to want to start regularly picking it, chopping it, and freezing it, and you're going to be able to use it all winter long. So the final one to plant is beets, and again, I planted these in this bed here, so we are just waiting for them to germinate and come up. And this is another great one that I love to buy frozen. They come blanched, chopped up, and in a freezer bag, and I love to throw them in all of my different foods if I'm making a shepherd's pie or even a stir fry or in my breakfast. But that's because I absolutely love beets. But beets can be pickled, they can be canned whole. It all just really depends on how you like to use your beets. And they also can be stored raw in a cold room if you have one. So these are all different options that exist for growing beets and being able to store them over the winter time. Now, when it comes to any of the seeds that I mentioned in this video, the goal here is if you are planting them to last for winter storage, you want to plant them in quantities that make sense. So maybe during the summertime, you only plant 6 bean plants because you just want to eat them fresh during the summer season. Or if you grow beets, you want to just be able to pull one here and there as you're going along during the week. But when it comes to growing these vegetables for winter storage, you want to think about the quantity and how many months it needs to last in the off season in order for you to be able to enjoy them for as long as possible. So when you are planting these plants, put a lot of them in there. Consider planting the entire seed packet in there. For example, this seed packet was $2.50 and it has a whole lot of seeds in it. So it's like $2.50 just to buy a bunch of beets and you only get 5 beets in it, versus you're going to get way more than 5 beets in this seed packet. So you really want to plan to be willing to plant the entire seed packet or just a lot of them. I have a lot of space in my gardens because my spring garden got harvested, my garlic got harvested, so there's actually quite a lot of space left over. So you really want to utilize that space to its best ability. So even if it is just 5 seeds or 5 vegetables that you're putting in there, that's totally fine. It's easy to fill up all this space because you're increasing the quantity of them, not the variety of them. All right, so that was my 5 that I chose to grow for winter storage, but I want to know, what do you grow specifically for winter storage that you can be starting in August? Leave a comment below so that way others who are watching this can find out what else they can plant in their garden. If they don't like beets, for example, what they can replace that with. I'd love to hear in the comments below what your August seed sowing for winter storage ideas are. And that is everything for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and check out this video here. Bye.